What's up guys, Houndish here, and today we've got some Destiny 2 updates and a breakdown for the weekly reset this Tuesday, September 26th. And so we are going into the 6th week for the Season of the Witch right here. But the game this week continues to be plagued by server issues. Bungie have offered one update about that, so we'll talk about it and hopefully they'll get on top of it soon. Otherwise though, the refresh brings new weekly challenges, a reset on the seasonal activities and upgrades. Plus we have a new story segment for the week with quest steps for the main season quest. And then we'll cover the raid refresh, exotic mission rotator, featured activities, as well as playlist modes, key rewards for the week, and everything worth knowing about what's happening in the game. So, as always guys, I hope you find the video today useful, and if you do, a rating below would really help us out. But without further delay, let's get into it. And so initially, we are continuing to see quite a few server issues in Destiny 2. There have been a lot of error codes, and even some weird bugginess with enemies, but the only update we really have about this is that Bungie have said over the past couple of days, we've seen a spike in error codes, and the team has confirmed that these codes are not related to planned fixes rolling out, but instead are the result of DDoS attacks. And they go on to say we want to thank our players for their patience as teams work swiftly to ensure the integrity of the game and continue to implement our roadmap for future stability improvements. But in the short term, these error codes and server bugginess in general has continued, and we are pretty much seeing it on a daily basis, so I would imagine we'll probably get another update about it from Bungie soon. For the moment though, we've just got to do our best to actually get into the game and have some time. Certainly frustrating, but I will keep you posted if Bungie give us any further updates. Next up though, the season quests will continue this week, and the steps this week will take a pretty similar format to what we've seen previously, so we'll need to attune with an element at Eris Morn's ritual table, and then defeat Lucent Hive and crush their ghosts, as well as defeating powerful combatants with attuned elements in Savathun's throne world, before attuning with the Hive elemental runes in lost sectors of Savathun's throne world. And then finally we need to return to Eris Morn, the radio, the holo projector, and Eris Morn once again, as we do our tour around the helm to finish the quest steps for the week. Next though, we do have new weekly challenges of course, and we're on week 6, so we need to complete week 6 of the Bladed Path quest. And then we have Luminary 3 to master the light by defeating combatants with void, arc, or solar damage, and we earn bonus progress by affecting combatants with subclass abilities. There's also Sympathetic Magic to defeat combatants in Savathun's Spire using damage that matches your active subclass. Bonebreaker to crush Lucent Hive ghosts anywhere in Savathun's throne world, and we get bonus progress during Season of the Witch activities. Then there is Mod Collector to unlock all artifact mods. Trial by Firing Squad to win multiple rounds in Trials of Osiris, so of course Trials will return on the weekend, and completing that will grant a Trials of Osiris weapon, so a little bonus loot drop there. But finally we have Calibrate Long Range to calibrate long range weapons, pulse rifles, bows, and trace rifles with bonus progress granted for defeating Guardians. And finally Heavy Hardware to get final blows with heavy ammo in ritual activities, and we get bonus progress for machine gun final blows or by defeating Guardians. So that does it for the weekly challenges, but of course on top of that we get the refresh on the Crota's End raid, so in addition to the normal variant of the raid, we now have the master version available, and Bungie have buffed the essence of the Oversoul drop rate significantly, so a lot of players should make quite a bit of progress on the Necrochasm related quests this week. For the exotic mission rotator this week though, we'll get Operation Seraph Shield, so Revision 0 will be craftable from that, and for any players who want to pick up weapons from Season of the Seraph, things like Fire and Forget, Tripwire Canary, Disparity, Path of Least Resistance, Judgment of Kelgarath, and the Retrofit Escapade, as well as the updated Ikelos weapons, it'll be a good activity to farm. Getting onto the Vanguard though, the featured Nightfall for the week will be Heist Battleground Mars. So that should be interesting, but also we get the featured weapon, which is the Priastanax 4. That's the first time the new Vanguard bow has been dropped this season, so it'll be cool to try that one out, and good luck if you are on the hunt for one. For the Crucible though, as well as the return of Trials at the weekend, Zone Control and Team Scorch will be featured all week long. But for the featured raid and dungeon activities this week, initially we'll get the Kingsfall raid featured, so Touch of Malice will be farmable in that, certainly worth grabbing if you haven't tried it out. But the featured dungeon activity will be the Grasp of Avarice, and both of these will drop all of their unique items with updated power relevancy. I will as always keep you posted with the Eververse store with the vendor reset on Tuesday. But for the featured Lost Sectors this week, for September 26th, we'll get Metamorphosis dropping exotic gauntlets, then we'll get K1 Revelation on the 27th dropping exotic chest pieces, September 28th will see K1 Communion dropping exotic helmets, and that's followed by K1 Crew Quarters on the 29th dropping exotic legs, Concealed Void on September 30th dropping exotic gauntlets, and then we'll get Bunker E15 on October 1st dropping exotic chest pieces, which is followed by Bay of Drowned Wishes on October 2nd, dropping exotic helmets. But if it's the additional drops in Dares of Eternity you're curious about, this week we'll see Rotation 3 loot drops. That includes Scatterhorn and Lightkin armor sets, as well as weapons from Season of the Splicer and some wild drops from Forsaken. And then very finally, if you're after the Ascendant Challenge for the week, this time around we'll get Aura Borea, which is accessed via Aphelion's Rest in the Strand. But if you want the location and collectibles for that, we'll run some footage at the end of the video. And for today guys, that is everything we have to round up in the weekly reset. Once again, I'll keep you posted on news updates from Bungie if they give us any further details about the server issues and their plans to get them fixed. So be sure to stay tuned right here on the channel, get subscribed and turn on notifications so I can keep you posted. If you have enjoyed the video today though, a like rating below really does help us out on the channel, and let us know in the comment section if you plan to dive into the game this week. But otherwise, cheers for tuning in, and I hope you guys have an awesome day.